Mark Bichachi is a communication and political strategist. He is now joining us from Nairobi, Kenya. Mark, good to see you and welcome. This is a very trying time for Kenya. 5 people have lost their lives and several people have been injured. The National Assembly has been breached and the City Hall has also been burned. The lawmakers passed the controversial Finance Bill 2024. It's up to the President to assent to it or take it back to Parliament. How is President Ruto going to balance this going forward, and what needs to happen now or next?
Well, you're quite right in your assessment that this is quite a dire situation for Kenya. The internet has been cut down to 40%, which is why I've been having difficulty even joining this particular Zoom call. At the same time, the president has landed back in State House, and there are many protesters on the streets. You've said that at least 5 have lost their lives. Reports I'm receiving is about 10 have lost their lives, with some speculating that there were snipers in a nearby building called the KICC, which there were snipers which many Kenyans are saying that were being used to fire upon the protesters. So the question that you've asked, what does the president need to do? Well, it's a difficult question. Some have speculated that he needs to declare a state of emergency. Others have said that he needs to declare a state of martial law. Others have said that he simply needs to not assent to the bill and take it back to Parliament. The difficulty here being that I'm talking to you on the June the 25th, 2024, as of July 1st, 2024, there will be need for Kenya to have a new budget in place. So the president is indeed caught between a rock and a hard place. It will be difficult for him to actually maneuver through this, especially given that these particular demonstrations do not seem to have a particular leader, given that many of the purported leaders were arrested last night and the demonstrations still went on, managing to break the cordon that was around Parliament. Now the fear is whether these young people will either A, go home, or B, continue their demonstrations and push towards the State House.
Mark, tell us why these protests are unprecedented for Kenya in regards to the power of social media and the Gen Z. President William Ruto is not even halfway through his first term. Is this going to dent his leadership in the long run?
Well, the question that we've got to ask ourselves immediately is whether his legitimacy and mandate as a leader is going to continue, because first and foremost, these demonstrations seem to show that he has lost his credibility before the people. He's lost his acceptability, and what remains to be asked is whether he can hold on to power. Now, in terms of how unprecedented this is a generation of young people who did not participate in elections, last elections, that was in 2022. They did not participate. They seemed to be politically ambiguous and politically uncaring. Now, suddenly, these young people have come up. They've organized themselves on social media. They've doxed a lot of the parliamentary leadership. They've doxed a lot of even the deputy president's number, the prime CS's number, has been shared on social media. But beyond that, we've seen young people that are fearless. They are saying they're not afraid of the police bullets. They're not afraid of the guns, and they're willing to continue to protest. So this is quite unprecedented. Also, throughout the time that Kenya has existed, never has Parliament been breached. Never have we seen a threat to the actual presidency as we are seeing in these particular demonstrations.
All right, Mark Bichachi, we'll have to leave it there. Mark Bichachi is live in Nairobi. Take care, and thank you very much for talking to WION World is One today.
All right, take care.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.